It's a bit of a day for stand-ins because I've been parachuted in to replace Carol Dale, who's our lead for customer experience, who knocked off her bike a couple of weeks ago and broke a collarbone and is at home very sad not to be here. So she sends her apologies and best wishes for everyone, and she's a huge advocate for patient experience. So hopefully I can do her justice. Wendy was always coming to do this. I'm Alex Ferguson. I lead on people experience and communications of urgent care.
My name is Wendy Thomas and I'm the Regional Head of Quality and Patient Safety, and I cover Kent and Surrey. If I can get back there tonight.
First I just want to say what a pleasure it is to be here today, and it's been inspiring to hear all the work that everyone's doing. Partly I think I was drafted in because I live just down the road in Bearwood, but also because I'm quite vocal and passionate about patient experience, because the reason I came into healthcare 4.5 years ago was because of the experience my wife and I had with our son Archie, who was diagnosed with a rare syndrome, and the experience we had when the diagnosis was shared with us wasn't, although the technical information was there, the support and care and the experience wasn't what you would hope it would be, and it affected us in those short key sort of days and weeks after that. So since then his care has been absolutely fantastic, but I really wanted to see how I could contribute to support colleagues and enable them to deliver the best experience. So it's been really amazing to be part of this programme, and that is the fundamental aim of it, really. I won't sort of spend too long talking about who we are at Virgin Care, but ultimately we run 400 NHS health and care services across the country, of all kinds, ranging from adult and children's community services to primary care, some mental health, very wide range of services, around 7,000 colleagues, largely on the front line, and spread throughout England. So you can imagine the challenges we have when it comes to rolling out anything, let alone something as significant as this programme. So I think strengthening the foundation is a really apt category for it to be recognised in, because we started with developing our purpose really after 10 years of the organisation going, to speak to colleagues and find out what it was that they wanted the organisation to do, and how that could fit with their personal goals and aspirations in their professions. So it became about feel the difference, hence the name for the programme. So our purpose is to drive positive change in health and care so everyone feels the difference. And that was really where this all began, with talking to colleagues at length over a 6 to 9 month period, where we went out and listened to people about what did that mean to them. And largely people came up with stories like mine. Even if they've been working as a nurse or a doctor or a therapist for many years, their experience they tend to share was their personal experience, actually, not necessarily something that they'd done or seen as a clinician or another practitioner. So the focus was always about the patient. In this sense, we're talking about people, but also as customers. And we built the programme around them entirely. So we started with complaints as a rich data source, insight source of where things weren't going as well as they could be, and worked back from there. So we did a huge piece of work around the categorisation of these complaints. Where are things not as good as they need to be? If we can correct all those areas, then that gives us that platform to really then go on and make it even better. And I'll talk about our better map in a moment, which is what came out of that. But as well as the better map, which is a key tool for services to use when they're reviewing the care they're providing, the experience they're giving, and also measuring themselves against that to make sure they're improving. We wanted to back that up with other support, because this was about enablement and empowerment of colleagues, building on what was already there, not replacing it, and ultimately improving, encouraging a culture that was very much already there, so that people could use their incredible knowledge of where we could make things better and actually put that into practice. So tools was the first thing we did. So we introduced some training that was actually focused on enabling colleagues to be at their best. So it's called Mind Coach. It was developed by some of our psychologists, and it focuses on positive psychology and growth mindset. And so that's something that's a large number of our colleagues have gone through, and we continue to roll out so that they feel best placed to deliver the best care. And we shared a lot of stories about the services, so about the difference that people are making. So there's a huge amount of content that we share on a regular basis where people can see examples and start to understand why they can fit it. The other big thing we did was about the behaviours framework. So off the back of our purpose, we built a behaviours framework around our values that linked in with professional codes of conduct, so that it wasn't alien to people and they understood how it fitted in with their role, whatever that may be. And everything we do stems from that. So from that, we launched Feel the Difference Awards that recognise people who deliver on those behaviours and improve care through doing that. And also we fed it into the Better Map in terms of how people could apply those behaviours through the journey of someone through whatever their service was. So the feedback that we get from complaints from our friends and family all goes into that to make sure that we're constantly improving it. And Wendy will mention the awards and the Feel the Difference Fund that we created after we watched a short film about the Better Map. So this is the tool that we produced from the complaints from colleague insight that was detailed enough that in every situation that someone touches our service, you could find out what we should be delivering, but generic enough that it covered all the different types of services and scenarios that we offer. So we have copies that people can look at, because I know it's not big to see on the screen, but this film will just give you a little bit of a feel for what it does and how it's worked from some of the people involved.
Providing outstanding customer experience to the people who need us is fundamental so that everyone feels the difference. Together with our clinical teams, quality teams, service users and families, we've created a simple set of experience principles which map across every person's journey with us. This helps us to take feedback and improve our services where it really matters. We call these the Better Principles: booking, environment, the welcome, the consultation, the goodbye and the follow-up.
And the Better Map is a really good way of us really understanding the patient journey through our organisation and through our services. And it's really important that we really understand the patient's perspective and the patient's view of complaints, and that's really important to me in our responses.
I love the Better Map because I love the different stages that it's clearly identified, which is actually every part of the journey. I think the Better Map gives us a real opportunity to use it as a training tool in multiple different ways, or use it as evidence in multiple different ways. We can use it as evidence for things, for areas such as our CQC inspections. We can take it to our internal service review inspections that we undertake, but also to take for team meetings, team away days, to discuss culture, to discuss the ethos of that team, that service as a group, and to sort of see where do they think they fit in that map.
The following videos are here to show you how some of our teams are doing this right here, right now.
I've stopped the video there. Hopefully, can we share the video with
We can
people?
absolutely share the video. All these presentations are being taped, so they will all be shared. So yes, we can definitely share the video.
What you were just about to see, where there were some of our community nurses actually using the Better Map to actually to look at the friends and family test feedback to see where in the patient's journey there's sort of something went wrong, what we can improve and things like that. So do have a look at the video if you can, it is quite interesting. The other parts of the Feel the Difference programme include our Feel the Difference Awards and our Feel the Difference Fund. Again, if you go on and read about the Feel the Difference Awards, but these are a way of celebrating colleagues who champion outstanding patient experience, and 5 people get nominated each month. We get lots of nominations, but 5 people are chosen each month, and then at the end of the year they all get invited to a really big party to celebrate all their achievements. The other thing, this was a quote from one of the people I nominated actually, and she was so blown away by the fact that she was nominated and she felt so valued, and it was fantastic to actually receive this email of thanks from her, and actually takes 5 minutes to do on our online survey that we use, so that's very good. The other thing we have is a £100,000 fund that we use a year for that is ring fenced for projects to improve patient and colleague experience, and again this is an example of one of the projects that we used. So we just bought stress balls for some of our lymphedema patients who then really improved their clinical outcomes, and again colleagues just apply for the funding through a really simple online survey. There's a peer panel, and the applications are chosen through that peer panel, again on a monthly basis. As a nurse myself, 20 years experience in the NHS, this actually makes such a huge difference to our patients and the people I work with. And we've got lots of stories, I know I'm out of time now, to share, and we would be really happy to tell you what we've done. The impact of the programme really quickly is that we've increased our friends and family tests by 3%. We've had a reduction in complaints by 32% a month. With CQC, they were really impressed with the programme because it's such a simple way to get additional funding. Staff feel really empowered because literally they can apply for something 1 month. I applied for put up beds for our John's campaign, literally 1 month, and the next month I was purchasing them. So we could implement John's campaign on our wards. So it's that simple. Really does empower our staff, and it really the program really clearly demonstrates how actually it makes everybody feel the difference. So thank you.